Yo, what's up, guys? Hooked on Growth. Look, I'm gonna let y'all know about some jobs that you can get if you ever find yourself in prison. State prison, that is. In TDCJ, they got several jobs you can get when you go in. Best believe, unless you're on some type of disability or something, you're gonna have a job. That's for damn sure. They don't let no one just sit on their ass. That's not happening. And they don't pay you no 25 cents, 30 cents like other state facilities do. In TDCJ, you get paid with good time. Now, what is the benefit of good time? From what I understand, not a damn thing. I have never seen anybody benefit from having good time while in prison. Matter of fact, I've seen a timesheet where this dude did like 20 years flat. This dude had like 60 years worth of good time. It's worthless. And in my opinion, it's how they do slave labor in Texas. If you didn't know, Texas has the most inmates and most prisons in America. Now, one of the coolest jobs that you can get, I believe, but not the craziest, wait till the end, and I'm gonna share with you the most live job you could possibly get working in a state prison. So you can only have a lot of these jobs if you're under the classification of an S2 status. S2 status means you're on the lowest minimum classification and you're allowed to walk outside the fence. You're gonna be housed at what we call a trustee camp. On these trustee camps, there's no locked doors. You have your own cubicle. In the morning, you can get up and walk out the damn dorm, walk outside, walk the track, shoot some basketball, work out. It's definitely the best way to do time, that's for sure. One of the jobs they have there is where you're gonna work on a kennel, where you're gonna be dealing with the dogs. Now, you're not gonna be training the dogs. Well, you will in a certain way, but not like you would think. You're gonna put on one of these dummy suits, and the officer's gonna be like, hey, check it out. Run out as far as you can. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna sick the dogs on your funky ass. And these dogs are gonna chase you down, they're gonna find you, and they're gonna attack you, bring you down to the ground. So, also you will take care of like their housing and clean up their dog shit, stuff like that. It's from what I understand, it's one of the coolest jobs you can get there. But one of the weird rules they have is you're not allowed to be nice to the dogs. If you're nice to the dogs, they'll fire you because they don't want you being friendly with these dogs. They go out and chase your ass, and then they just love upon you. They don't. Another job is you can work in the boiler room. That's a job that I had. It's cool because you get to be by yourself. The trustees work at night. I think regular inmates do the day, but basically you're just checking the water, running tests, make sure you got the water softener pellets in there and everything, and to make sure the water is how it's supposed to be. Remember seeing inmates on horses, which is pretty cool, right? I mean, damn, these guys are riding around on horses doing something. They take care of the horses, their living arrangements and stuff like that. If you're not on the trustee camp, doesn't mean you're not gonna get a job. Like I said, everybody has a job. One of the worst jobs in TDCJ is working the host squad. So if you go in, you're gonna go through a classification process, and the classification officer is gonna determine what type of job to put you in. And if you're a knucklehead and you're getting in trouble based upon your last unit, they're gonna put your ass on the host squad. Host squad is just like you see in the movies. They got a hoe, they're going in cadence, they're going in order, and they're chopping dirt, chopping rocks down, stuff like that. There is officers sitting on horses, and they got guns, and they will shoot your ass if you try to run away. Job that I had that I liked, enjoyed very much, was the ODR cook. I was cooking food for the officers. I was a chef in the world, or was. Well, yeah, because I'm not a chef no more. I don't do that shit. I can cook though, I got some skill. So I was cooking for the officers. So best believe I ate well. The officers get better food than the inmates. But that's another job that a lot of inmates want to get, is to work in the kitchen. Now, if you don't got commissary and you don't want to go hungry, because that's like the worst thing that happens to you while you're in prison is the hunger. You work in the kitchen and you get to serve and clean up, but you get to eat well. You eat more than all the other inmates. And a job where you get to move around, if you like to network within the prison facility, is the SSI. They're the janitors. So they got dorm janitors, which you just don't ever get to leave. So that job sucks unless you like to be a lazy ass, sit around all day. But sometimes they'll have an SSI in the medical department or by the warden's office or wherever. And they also have maintenance jobs where you're gonna be going around fixing shit. So if you're a handyman, that's definitely the type of job you wanna get. You get to move around, and obviously moving around is super important when it comes to working in a prison. Because you don't want to be in a cell all day or in the block all day. You want to move around, right? I mean, that's what I wanted to do. Shit. By far, the craziest job that I ever saw that I did not know was possible was the truck drivers. They literally have inmates who drive 18-wheelers that is filled with commissary food and kitchen food, and they go around unit to unit delivering the food. Ain't that something? Literally driving on the freaking freeway. I know that they got obviously some policy, some protocol, and they got cameras in the truck and all that to make sure the inmate is doing what he's supposed to do. But regardless, bro, you're driving a truck on the freeway. That's got to be the best job you could possibly get. I don't even know what qualifies you to get that job. I just remember catching chain, seeing an 18-wheeler pull up, and seeing an inmate hop out of the driver's seat. Ain't that some shit? These are just some jobs that you can get working in the prison. What I would recommend is stay out of prison. If you want to work in the free, make some money, take care of your family. That's vitally important. Fuck prison. Who cares about prison? It's just interesting, ain't it? These are the jobs you can get. If you haven't already, like, comment, favorite, share, all that good stuff. Let me know what type of jobs you're familiar with in a prison that you've been to or know family members that have been to. I want to hear it. And like I say all the time, every time, we ain't hooked on dope. We hooked on growth. Player.
We ain't hooked on dope. We hooked on growth.